the other ones that have gone over the years. But just a few questions. So we welcome, I'll start with the oldest person first, Walker Libby, who will be graduating this semester, and then Wyatt and Garrett, who will be going on to student teaching next semester. And so the first question that I have, and then obviously if you guys have questions at the end, I just have the stock questions that we ask every semester or year. Is the first one is, what is your musical background and how did you get started in percussion? So whoever wants to open the floor.
I think we should go youngest to oldest.
What the heck? Okay. So growing up, I had a lot of musicians in my family. My grandma played piano and guitar. 5 of my dad's siblings played guitar, drums. My dad played trumpet, my mom played clarinet, my aunt played clarinet. So growing up in a musical family, I always had that kind of in me. I didn't really know what I was gonna do, but in 4th grade I was diagnosed with Tourette's, and they were both vocal and motor. I was homeschooled for 2 years, and then in 6th grade, when the band was offered, I wanted to play euphonium. I was like, well, this seems cool. I don't want to pack around a big tuba, but euphonium's cool. But Jonathan Perkins was my band director, and he was like, no, you're playing drums. You're gonna play percussion. So he sent me home with it, and the first day I ever played percussion, my Tourette's went away. Like every now and then I have very minor ones. If you notice me crook my head or like twitch my eye, that's fine. But like I'm talking about, if you ever watch videos of like people like yelling out loud or cussing or like kicking, that was me. But ever since I played percussion, I haven't had it since. So that kind of just led me on, and it changed my life. So I guess going into percussion, 1, I love playing it, it's fun, but 2, I want to help kind of inspire the next generation, whether it's with a medical condition or whether it's personal. You know, it really can change someone. So that's kind of what led me here.
Alright, so my musical background. So I'm gonna say the line that everybody egged on Harmony for. My dad is a band director. So I kind of grew up around it. You know, I think the age of 2 was kind of where they first put me behind a drum set. So yeah, it's played drum set for like ever. I get to 6th grade. I had the option to pick between percussion and trombone. I was like, yeah, I think I'll play trombone. You know, like a loser. Yeah, that lasted all of like 5 minutes. I ended up playing percussion, took it, ran with it, got like okay at it, I think, and here I am.
Okay, so my parents really pushed me into doing music when I was really small. When I was around 5, I was taking piano lessons, and I did that for a couple of years, and then that passion switched over to sports, and I was playing soccer more. And it wasn't until middle school, like most people in America, where music started becoming more involved in my life. I went to the auditions in middle school to find an instrument for me, and I was dead set on, hey, I'm gonna play percussion because I already dabbled a little bit in drum set. So I was like, I'm gonna play percussion in band. Went to the audition, and they were like, you're not playing percussion. And they said, you're gonna play euphonium. And yeah, it was the exact opposite. And then I remember sitting in my room after they told me that, and I was like, okay, how do I tell them I'm gonna play percussion? And I remember going in the next day and sitting in the office of my band director and being like, you know, I really want to play percussion. I want to be a band director someday, and being in percussion would really unlock that passion for me. And I remember my band director was like, okay, you could be in percussion. And so I gaslit my band director when I was in 6th grade. And ever since going into percussion, the passion really did expand. And I was doing more and more within the arts, percussion ensemble, band, obviously, drumline. And then that led me to getting a music degree. And now I'm here.
Hi, that's a great transition to the next question, or segue, and why major in music in general, but definitely here at NSU. So if you want to kind of continue that thought.
So I wanted to major in music because in high school, I was juggling between two options. One, I had been doing music for the past 7 years whenever I was approaching senior year of high school. And I was like, hey, I really enjoy doing this. I enjoy the marching arts. I enjoy percussion ensemble. And then I toured a couple campuses and saw them doing all the percussion ensemble. And I was like, okay, it's either gonna be I major in music or I major in astronomy. And I decided against astronomy because I was like, I'm not so great at math. And I can do music a little, it's more accessible than doing astronomy. So I went into music and did my thing at A&M Corpus for a little bit. And as I was approaching graduation, I remember I was like, okay, what am I gonna do now? Because as we all do whenever we're approaching graduation. And I was really juggling with the fact of becoming a cog in the machine again. And going and working at like a warehouse or Sweetwater, one of those musical stores where I would enjoy it a little bit more than Amazon. But then I remember Dr. Molina emailing Caleb Pickering and asking if he had any students potentially wanting to do grad school. And Pickering was really heavy on, hey, I really think that you should do grad school. I know Sweetwater's like a cool gig and all, and you'll make more money than an assistantship, but he really pushed me to want to do grad school, and I was like, okay. So I took the offer and I came here, and I've enjoyed it since.
Oh, so we're going on to the youngest now. All right. So why major in music and why NSU? All right, so major in music, I can tell you that in a few words. It's the only thing I'm good at. All right, so.
And street basketball.
And street basketball, but I couldn't make a career out of that. No, all right, so, but on a serious note, it was either that or like go to trade school, go weld on the pipeline. But air conditioning, man's greatest invention. I don't get that on the pipeline. So it's like, all right, music school it is. All right, and why NSU? Well, I'll give you both answers, the long and the short. Ken Green, I took lessons with him before I came to school here, and it was him. I thought that a lot of the opportunities that were promised to me, or set before me, not necessarily promised to me, set before me, were attractive. I wouldn't really get that anywhere else I was looking at, and somebody that might be watching this interested in NSU might say, oh well, Ken Green's not there anymore, so maybe not. No, that's not the case at all. All those opportunities that were set before me, I still received those opportunities, still got that. Still a great place to come to. His influence is still alive and well here.
Yeah, man. While major in music, kind of touched into that with the last question. Along with that, I really enjoy it. It is really fun being able to play music, but for me, I think I'm a born educator. Like, I enjoy teaching a lot. I will say I enjoy being in front of the ensemble, teaching and leading people more than I enjoy playing, which is crazy to hear since I've spent 4 years like mastering my craft. But why NSU? To be honest, I didn't look anywhere else for college. I didn't apply anywhere else. I didn't do anything. It was, my house is exactly 1 hour and 10 minutes away from here. That is where I grew up my whole life. It was like, that's pretty close. But then when I came to Classical McCain and I seen the Avengers show, I remember I sat sitting up on the top of the nosebleeds, and with the moment that the Thanos click and the cape spin and they did the A and wah, I was like, okay, yeah, this is it. Like, I want to do that. I want to be that dude playing snare drum. And I did. I worked my butt off, and it kind of led to one thing and another, and I got in contact with Dr. Molina. It worked out. I didn't really think I was going to have a chance, but really cool that it worked out. Being close to home, great opportunity. I don't think I would have been happy at any other school, to be honest. I like that it was kind of more of it felt more like a home here, like as a family. Whereas other schools, when you hear people talk, they weren't as happy with everyone. Like it kind of felt like they were isolated in groups, whereas like as of right now we're in a circle, like we're all talking as a group. So industry's great.
Working. All right, next question. Obviously, you guys are still a year out, but what are your plans after graduation?
Are we going backwards again?
Sure, whatever. Just you guys just go.
Well, hopefully find a job. That would be pretty sweet.
Doing what?
I want to be a teacher, obviously, hopefully in Rapides Parish. Me and my fiance obviously getting married in 2 months. Yeah, 2 months, a little over 2 months. We got a house, so gonna be living there, living life, hopefully teaching. But we'll see where life takes us. I mean, I don't really have plans for anything else. Graduate, do the thing I came to school for.
Is there a certain grade level you want to teach?
Not really. I'm open K through 12. I like all levels. I mean, I was really set on high school when I was in high school, because I was like, oh, marching band, but but I came here, and as going through like lab band or getting a little bit more proficient on other instruments, I became to love concert band a little bit more. Like I was talking to my mom the other day. She's a teacher, and I was like, to be honest, if I'd ever seen a marching band again, I don't think I would complain. And that is crazy saying, because I have done marching band for a long time. I love it. I was telling Dr. Leonard earlier, I'm trying to sell my tenors. I have marching snare drum, marching tenors. But it's one of those things where you do it for so long, you start to appreciate the actual craft of it. And like I feel like concert band, you're able to spend so much more time being expressive, whereas like marching band is more by the book. It's a box. Like sometimes when you get into DCI, you can be a little more expressive with it, but it's like you're there. You're controlled by a box. You do this thing and that's it. Whereas concert band, you really can express. That's just my opinion of it. So.
So the question was, what's next? All right. Pursue my M in performance.
After that, what's the?
Hopefully pursue a DMA also in performance.
Then after that.
And after that,
Work with pipeline.
can I go anywhere? Well, world domination maybe. Teach at a university somewhere. Hopefully, would be the best thing.
After this, I'm going to LSU for my DMA, and then after that, hopefully teach at a collegiate level. But as one of my undergraduate professors would always say, DMA doesn't mean anything. Therefore, whatever happens. But hopefully teaching at a collegiate level.
All right, next question doesn't have to be in a particular order. Favorite musical moment, or I'll say memory, you have here at NSU. Had here.
For me. Recently was the concerto competition. Performing Sejourné's movement 2 of his concerto with the orchestra was phenomenal. And I've only ever performed with percussion accompaniment or band, and then playing as a background character for orchestras and stuff like that. And that was my first time actually leading the ensemble and leading an orchestra with concerto, and that was really special, especially with that being my favorite piece of all time, as many of y'all know. So having the chance to do that, even if it was just one movement, was phenomenal. And then to look out at the crowd after arguably one of my best performances I've ever had, and see a standing ovation, it was probably not only the most special moment of my career at NSU, but also the most special moment of my entire musical career as well.
Yeah, I remember sitting on a bus in Hong Kong watching it. I was like, this is amazing. And then at the end, everyone stood up and like, that was so amazing. So well received and everything.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a very, very, very tough question. What my favorite musical memory is. Yeah, that. No. I think probably that same concert that Walker played that Mermaid show. I'm playing timpani in that concert. It was like, I played in an orchestra and stuff before, and it was nothing more than just like, okay, well, I'm rolling on a bass drum now, all right, sit back down. No, the orchestral timpani is actually so much fun. I would recommend if anybody gets the opportunity to try it, do that.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to do two, kind of beginning and end up here. The first one is gonna have to be the Louisiana show.
I forgot about that.
Which performance?
Grambling.
The Grambling
Okay, yeah,
performance,
okay.
the moment where we did Back That Ass Up, and as soon as like I guess the song like beat drop, like I can just remember feeling the like I don't know, cause coming out of from where I came from, like Buckeye, you know, you perform for smaller schools, there's not really that much band influence. Feeling the whole like stadium just shake from pure excitement, like it was amazing. And I remember like just looking over at Kelton and then looking to my like we just started screaming, like we didn't know what else to do, we just screamed, and it was amazing. The last one, second one, has been me and Walker's duet, Departures. I feel like that one, it was a good closing off, I guess. I don't want to say closing because it was like one semester before I finished my lessons, but that was one of the most special performances I did because it exposed me to a different style of playing. Because obviously he studied with other people and he kind of helped that influence how I approach marimba along with the way Dr. Lins taught me. It gave me a whole different approach to how to approach the keyboard. Like if that makes sense. I know I said approach a lot. But through that and connecting with him, and like I know I told Mason the game that me and Walker would play, like we would find a common word and that was always so fun to me, but it truly, like as silly as it sounded, it truly did help. Like it made you think of one another's like thoughts 24/7, and I feel like in both of our recitals, we played it phenomenally. And I remember the last time we played it, it was just like, dang, like I want to play this again and again and again. Yeah.
All right, so 2 more questions, and then we may wrap up because we're running low on time. What are you going to miss most about being in college, whether here at NSU or just general? Because I know you guys have plans to go on to other schools, but what are you going to miss the most?
To be honest, I'm ready to get out of here. No, but seriously, I think the most thing I'm gonna miss is just hanging out with friends. I think the accessibility of being young and having the freedom here in school and hanging out with people is the thing that's taken for granted the most. Like me and Peyton the other day, was like, hey, let's go down Front Street, hang out with posters, let's go get signed. The simple things like that. Me and Caden, hey, you want to go random trip to Alexandria to help me go buy a thing for my truck. Garrett, you want to go to Shreveport at 2 in the morning? Yep. On a school night.
Okay.
We have went on a lot of adventures. We've had a lot of dinner dates, I guess you can call it. As much as education is important, I think the most important thing I would say for you guys is don't take advantage of the ability you have to communicate and network with your friends.
Don't take it.
Don't
take it for granted.
Don't take it for granted. Yeah, my fault. My fault, G. Like, don't get caught up in school so much that you forget to just sit back and relax sometimes. I feel like so many people get caught up in the aspect of school and education that you don't just sit back and take it in. Like, I think that's my favorite thing. Because once I hit the real world, I'm not gonna get that no more.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna miss our 9 practice rooms a lot. It's nice having that abundance of practice rooms. that might be tied for most, but I gotta agree with Wyatt. It's my friends. I mean, like, I'm an hour 30 south of home, but this is still home. You know, wherever is next is not really gonna be in the state of Louisiana, not close to home. So it'll become home, but it won't, you know, be home. So I guess that.
Yeah, mine is the accessibility of practice rooms. That's so rare. Like, I can't stress it enough. Having the ability to almost always have a practice room, almost always have a marimba, whether it's the marching marimbas out here, the 5 octaves, like that's so rare. At TAMUCC we had 2 practice rooms, that was it. And if you wanted to practice anything other than marimba, you had to just go find a place. So I'm gonna miss that a lot. There are 2 other things that I'm gonna miss is obviously dittoing what they said, the connections of the people that I made here. I'm gonna miss Sam. In the past year, we've grown fairly close, and I enjoyed that connection. And then I'm gonna miss the pedagogical tangents that me and Dr. Molina always go on. That
Sorry,
has-
if you're ever in a one-on-one class with me, it'll happen.
It was a joy. I enjoyed that very much. To just talk about like, hey, when approaching like teaching this type of percussion ensemble, or let's just nerd out about some music and history of percussion. I'm gonna miss that a lot. And obviously, hopefully I get that at LSU, with just other people as well. But I highly suggest all of you have that same type of connection, where you can just nerd out with the people here. It's fun.
All right, last question, which Wyatt kind of already answered his version of it. I don't know if you have anything else. What have you learned here at NSU that you would like to pass on to the younger students?
I can start. Yeah. So take your undergraduate degree so seriously. Please, please, please don't waste the 4 to 5 years that you have. Don't skip your classes. Don't drop out. If you want to pursue a career in this field, they look at everything. I got denied from a school that I really wanted to go to for DMA because they looked at my undergrad and they saw, hey, not only did he drop out, but he failed a lot of his core classes, and his grades and GPA just don't match up to what we need here at the school that I wanted to go to. Take it seriously. Understand that you're not in high school anymore, where it's like a general education thing. This is your career. Like, what you're doing right now is your career. And to take it lightly means that you're setting yourself up for the maximum of mediocrity. And that's not a fun place to be. Take it seriously, envelop yourself in our craft, because if you don't, no one else will.
You wanna go next? I've got like a lot to say.
Sure, I'll get a little bit. Off of what I said earlier, one, I'm gonna have to agree with Walker. Going off of Walker, one thing I could add to that is, as much as you take it seriously, prioritize your health. Don't let yourself go downhill while also trying to strive for the best and take everything seriously. Like, for those that's been here, you've known that I've had health problems. I got a lot of stomach problems. It has affected my education heavily. And as much as I've missed class and stuff, I do try my best, and it was tough, but I felt like it could have been handled a little bit better if I was to take care of myself a little bit more. Don't let yourself go downhill. Please handle your mental health, your physical health, everything. And I guess one other thing is, while you're in college, don't get so caught up with everything that's going on around you that you, I guess, like, there's so much drama that happens throughout our age. People get caught up in it, and they feel it's necessary to just drag it on and drag it on and drag it on. And I feel like the studio sometimes can get a little bit heated when drama gets drug on. The biggest advice to, I guess, the younger people, when the older people leave, be as positive as you can. no matter what happens, be positive. If anything negative is gonna happen, turn it into a positive situation. I know sometimes you have seen us get a little bit negative, and I gotta remind myself, like, it's okay, just take a deep breath, just say yes, just breathe. Like, everything's gonna be okay in the end. I feel like if you do that here now, it translates throughout your whole life. It's gonna translate in your career, your family, your friends. It's very professional to be positive. And I found that helpful when going to teach band camps, working with students, dealing with people that aggravate me. It always ends better when I just be positive. Yeah.
And so I have been 22 for 2 whole days now. So now that I'm old and wise, yeah, great life advice. Well, first I'm going to start off with there's an old archaic saying that originated somewhere in Egypt. Behind every great man stands a great woman. So that's not just applicable to that. Behind every great person stands another great person. Don't laugh at me. I'm going somewhere with this.
We're laughing, multiple people laughing at you.
Yeah, don't laugh at me. I'm going somewhere with this. So I guess what I mean by that is be careful who you love, whether it be platonically, romantically, some cases in a family sense. Not in my case. My family is great. As those who you love, those who you surround yourself with, they hold the power to build you up or completely tear you down. So, yeah, I know. Everybody's thinking, I rag on all of you a lot. I do. That's my love language, picking on people. I really hope each and every one of you know that I've wanted nothing more than for everybody to be successful. If I didn't want that, I would have nothing to do with you. I would never be around you. I would say, yeah, no, avoid that. Just be careful who you love, but not fearful, careful. President Roosevelt also said comparison is the thief of joy. Yeah, we do that in a performance-based art. We have a habit of like, well, so-and-so performed this piece I'm working on at this level. I should compare myself to them. And to a sense, I would say that's okay, but when you let it motivate all of your decisions, take away your artistic voice, then that becomes something that's a detriment.
All right. We are out of time.